What is up, guys? Welcome back to the Keep It Hoop YouTube channel. So, earlier today, Aaron Gordon got traded to the Denver Nuggets, and I wanted to take a look at his 38-point game against the Brooklyn Nets and break down what we might see from the Denver Nuggets offense and how he's going to fit in pretty seamlessly. So, right off the bat here, you're going to see a play where Vucevic gets the ball at the elbow. And for a lot of these plays, we're going to just substitute Jokic for Vucevic because they do like to operate in similar spaces. And you're going to see a dribble handoff here with Aaron Gordon coming off. And then he's going to end up knocking down a shot here. Aaron Gordon fits, I think, with a lot of the teams that wanted him because, right, he can play off the ball and he's a capable enough shooter where he can knock down the open ones and punish you. But he's also improved enough where he can take guys off the dribble, get his own shot, take advantage of mismatches. And that's why I think, this is even a play as simple as this and you already have Vucevic, or I say Jokic and Jamal Murray running a lot of pick and rolls and dribble handoffs, and with three guys on the other side and them just kind of playing 2-on-2 a lot, right? You see that a lot with the Denver Nuggets. And I think you can start to see Michael Porter Jr. and Aaron Gordon take on some of that role as well, ease some of the pressure off of Jamal Murray, because, I mean, all those guys can shoot threes. And then you even put in a guy, let's say on this play or even some of the other plays, you replace, so you have MPJ, Jamal Murray, and then you have either, depending on the night and matchups, you can have JaMychal Green, Will Barton, or Gary Harris. Now, the thing I like about even a play as simple as this is the Nets end up playing pretty, lazy defense, and these two switch. So now you have Jeff Green on Vucevic, who would be Jokic again, and then you have DeAndre Jordan closing out on Aaron Gordon. Now, we saw Aaron Gordon, right? He's going to make this shot, again, a capable shooter, but in a situation where Aaron Gordon can't get a good look off or doesn't like the matchup, he can then dribble it a little bit out here. And then now you have a huge, huge mismatch right here and a forward having to guard Nikola Jokic, right? Very good matchup. If you're Denver, you take that every single time. But another thing they could do is that now Jokic can space this out, and then you give Aaron Gordon pretty much all of this space to operate, right? And if he's against a guy like DeAndre Jordan or just any center or a big, Aaron Gordon is still plenty athletic and fast enough to take advantage of those mismatches. So simple play, but you can see kind of how that can really work for them, right? And then again, if let's say Aaron Gordon is the one taking advantage of the mismatch, right, and Jokic is out here, if any of these Nets guys help, you have probably Jamal Murray here, again, Michael Porter Jr., or any combination of MPJ, Gary Harrison, Will Barton, and all those guys can knock down the three enough, right? I know Gary Harrison struggled a bit, but those guys can all still knock it down at a decent enough clip where it's going to be difficult to help off when you have to make a decision. Do we want to help off and stop probably a line drive, to the rim, or do we want to just stay on our guys and then take our chances? So, good thing there. Look, I know Denver's offense isn't really the problem, but I do like Aaron Gordon because he does offer you some, help on defense as well. He's not a lockdown guy, but with his athleticism, size, and versatility to pretty much switch 3-4, along with a guy like MPJ, I do think it helps out Denver defense too, which is something that they have needed to work on this season. So I don't know how this happened, but Brooklyn ends up with James Harden on Vucevic right here, right? And with the amount of pick and rolls and pick and pops that Denver runs, it's not, crazy to think that this is going to happen. So you probably have Jamal Murray here, and this is Jokic, right? And then you have, we let this run a little bit more. You have a shooter here, right? And that could be, again, Gary Harris, Will Barton, or MPJ, and Aaron Gordon right here. So Denver ends up, or Brooklyn ends up here with pretty bad communication, and Aaron Gordon ends up with a wide open shot that he makes. But again, just the fact that if you have enough shooters on the floor, it's even more opportunities for the defense to screw up. And Orlando didn't do anything crazy here. And sometimes Denver won't need to either, because if you have that much talent and spacing on the floor, it just, again, creates more opportunities for the defense to screw up. And if you're Denver, you just need to be good enough and smart enough to take advantage of those mistakes that teams will make. So this play is a little bit of a transition play, but you see, right, Aaron Gordon, rim runs, and we've already seen Michael Porter Jr. this season get a lot of easy baskets like this. You just rim run, and look, Jokic is going to get a lot of attention, and he's able to make passes like this on a nightly basis. And again, with the amount of talent that the Nuggets have, I could see Aaron Gordon just getting a lot of easy looks. And you can see here, not afraid to shoot off the dribble, can create for himself as well when he needs to. I think you could even see situations where Aaron Gordon is setting the screens for a guy like Jamal Murray as well, and then you can end up with a mismatch like this. Bruce Brown's not a bad defender, but just too small for Aaron Gordon. And Aaron Gordon has the ability to play in the mid post and take advantage of mismatches down there as well. So he ends up with Bruce Brown on him again, and he shows the ability where he's passing it, good vision right on the mark to Evan Fournier right here. But again, the Nuggets could run the same exact play. You throw it into the mid post. You have a situation here where instead of Vucevic, Jokic is the one setting the screen, and then instead of Fournier, you have Jamal Murray here. And then you just add another playmaker, another guy that defenses have to game plan for and really focus on. So I think it just makes, the numbers might not change too much, right? I don't think anyone's going to have crazy numbers in terms of points per games increase or decrease, but you might see a situation where guys like Jamal Murray are able to get better looks, and I think Aaron Gordon should too. That Orlando team outside of Vucevic and I guess even arguably Evan Fournier didn't have a lot of talent, right? But I think now if you're playing with MPJ and Jamal Murray and Jokic, his numbers, I guess, at least shooting percentage should look better because he should get better looks. Right, so even on a play like this, as we let this run, Aaron Gordon's going to end up getting a dunk off of a cut, and there's no help from James Harden on the weak side. But a lot of that, I think the same thing can happen with Denver, right? You're not going to help off of Jokic. And if you have, let's say, Michael Porter Jr. on this side, it's very hard for James Harden or whoever this weak side defender is going to be to help off of that, right? Because if you have, and it's not even weak side, I guess it's still a strong side, but a help defender nonetheless, right? This help defender can't really step in here because MPJ's shooting a ridiculous percent from three this year. So it's going to just be such a mismatch and such a matchup nightmare for a lot of these teams to try to stop so many different pieces. So who can pass, who can shoot, who can drive, who can cut, and who are interchangeable to a degree as well. So it's going to be really difficult for these defensive teams. Again, a bit of a mismatch. Tyler Johnson way too small for him, and he didn't even play bad defense. This is just a tough shot. But it's another guy that the Denver Nuggets have added who can get their own shots. End of games, late shot clock situations. And he's showing it all, right? Cutting, shooting off the dribble, shooting off the catch. And I think with his athleticism as well, something that's going to go a little bit unnoticed is, again, his defense. If he can improve the defense as much as I think he can, if he and the team are collectively bought into the defensive end, I think it will help them get in transition more, which only helps out a guy like MPJ and Aaron Gordon, as well as Jamal Murray. So I think, this is a big pickup for them. I really like it. And, I know they gave up some pieces, but I think it is really big for them. They're still going to have an uphill battle against a team like the Lakers. And, it won't be easy, but this definitely helps. And I think it fills the void of a guy like Jeremy Grant last year in terms of defense. Now, Aaron Gordon is way ahead of where Jeremy Grant was offensively last year. Now, granted, Jeremy Grant didn't always get the opportunities or the minutes or the shots to showcase it, but Aaron Gordon will. So Aaron Gordon's upgrade off of what Jeremy Grant was last year. And I think, Jeremy Grant, I've been vocal about, was missed by the Nuggets this year, more for his defense, because Jeremy Grant, while not a lockdown defender, his ability to just switch and his energy and his rim protection was missed by Denver this year so far. And I think Aaron Gordon can match a lot of that. He has the ability to guard multiple positions. He's athletic enough to protect the rim, and he's going to try hard. I think he should be rejuvenated playing for a winning team. I'm really excited for this team, and I think along with guys like Campazzo and JaMychal Green, who have come in and filled in admirably, you now add Aaron Gordon. I really like how the Nuggets are built. Again, that being said, the Lakers are still the favorites in the West, so it's going to be difficult for them, but I'm excited to see this team in action. That'll be it for today, though. Thanks again for watching. We will be back tomorrow with another video, probably just recapping all the draft stuff. And then Saturday, probably either going to break down what Vucevic on the Bulls looks like or Norman Powell on the Blazers looks like. Thanks again for watching. Stay tuned, and we will see you guys again soon.